Today I'm going to be building an actual treehouse in The Sims 4. I want to be able to see inside the treehouse and what's actually happening. So as you probably know, with Growing Together, we got the brand new treehouse item, which is actually something your Sims can upgrade and build themselves. However, you don't get to see what's going on inside, and you can't really live here. I mean, you can sleep in it, get out a barbecue and stuff, but I want to be able to live inside my treehouse fully and see what's going on. So we're going to take this concept, build something similar that we can actually use. But just before we get into it, I want to shout out this week's members only video. Currently, there's 19 exclusive members only videos you can go check out right now, including a shell challenge we're running at the moment. And tomorrow's video is going to be really fun. I'm reacting to my very first ever Rags to Riches.
Is that fun when he fishes?
Oh, did you hear that? Is that fun when he fishes? That might have been the first time I asked that question, and it was. It was actually so much fun. So if you're interested, make sure to click that join button. That'll be coming out tomorrow. But let's do the actual thing we're here for. So I decided to make this a tiny home because then you're going to get the tiny home boosts. So we may as well do that. I don't think we'll do micro home because including the room and all these tiles, I think we'll end up with more than 32 tiles, but who knows? So I'm just editing the video and I just want to jump in here and say I kind of left the game zoomed in a little bit the entire video. So like part of the menu and stuff is cropped out. Apologies for that. You can still see everything. It just crops the edges a little bit. My bad. So I'm just going to build, I think, a 4x4 because you can do 4x4 homes. We did one many years ago, so I know it's possible. So I think this will be the basis. I mean, this obviously looks more like 3x3. Look, I want probably a more usable space. So I'm just gonna keep, you know what? Can I scale this? That's so cute. Look at this. Aww. Yeah, I just want to keep this as a reference just so I can see. Okay, cool. All right, so tree-wise, I think I'm going to end up using probably a debug tree because here's the thing. The trees that they're using don't exist for us. Like that's not a real tree. That's just part of this item. And one thing, we've done tree houses in the past. The one thing you need is a tree that has a high like canopy and a long trunk, because if you go any other combination like this, where this canopy is, you know, huge, but the trunk is really short, we can't fit a building in there. And it also just gets in the way. So we need a tall tree with the leaves up high. This is kind of a good contender, but it is a little bit awkward because it's got the sort of S bend in it, and that won't really work for us. So I decided to go into the debug trees, and one in particular from Get Together. This one's actually really tall. It's actually a little too tall. So I'm going to scale it down once, and I think that's probably the perfect height. I think this is what we want because it's got a nice tall trunk. It's obviously not like super thick. Like I mean, you look at these are like super thick boys, but there's no tree that exists that we could get that same sort of look. You know, I'm happy to go with this. I'm going to line it up so it's in the middle of this grid tile here, so then we can have a gap through the flooring. So I think that'll be good. It also means when we put the walls down, like this tree is just not in the way, whereas some other trees, if it was a little lower, would just kind of get in the way. You know, it'd just be annoying. So I think that's a good position to be. All right, now we need to do, as you can see, they got like a little balcony. We need to do something similar to that, make it a little bit interesting. So I'm going to try using, I think I'll start off with the island living fence because we don't have any fence that looks like this with the rope, but I like the island living fence. Kind of looks a little handmade. If not, we'll go with the werewolf fence, which is definitely more handmade. So I'm going to do a kind of similar thing where they have like a little gap for the ladder. I kind of like that. It just adds a little bit of detail to it. I'm not sure how big I'm going to make this, so let's just draw out a shape and we can always cut it back. I also like that they have, you know, it comes out the side there and goes around. Kind of a little bit more interesting. So why don't we do something similar? We'll come out the side there, come out the back. Oops, go here. Yeah, this is too big. That's all right. We're going to cut in here, cut that section off, delete that. We're now at 60 out of 64 tiles. Pretty good. Then I'm going to cut a gap where the tree is because, you know, that's what they did. I'm doing what they're doing, okay? And I'm going to cut this central section out and just have no fence there because they had no fence. This looks pretty big. I'm going to be honest. I might make it a little smaller. I think that's probably a better size. Now you'll note that the tree is sort of off center. You know, most of the weight is obviously going to be here, but they thought of that. See, they got a column there. That's what we're going to do. I think the werewolf column here would be a good one. We're going to chuck that on the side. Let's have a look at the colors we got. That's much more rich. I don't know if I do like that one. What does the actual werewolf fence look like? It's interesting that the werewolf fence has a circular post, but then it comes with a rectangular column in the same pack. Like, wouldn't it make more sense if the Posts were rectangular. I guess that doesn't really matter. I don't know if I like that fence though. I think that's maybe a little too much. You know what? Maybe we do just stick with this fence. I mean, I quite like it. The only thing I didn't like is like the top where it looks like it's freshly cut. Like it's just been put together, but I guess that's fine. All right, so, oh my gosh, the last time I actually built a treehouse in Sims 4, we didn't even have ladders. So this is exciting that we have ladders now. So obviously we'll put the ladder here. Very nice. Yeah. This is already better than the treehouses we did years ago because it actually makes sense. Oh, and there's like new floorings too since the last time we did this. Like this is a pretty good, looks like they, you know, you put it together by hand kind of flooring almost. Okay, that's good. Let's get a nice floor trim around this because the edge is looking a little rough. So we're gonna go in here. Need one that's probably thick enough to cover, because you can see the column sticks out past the wall. So we want to cover that with this, I reckon. And then we're gonna go brown. So it kind of looks like wood. Problem is not, you know what, actually let's do a bigger one maybe on the back section. Hold down shift, it will just do this section, and then we can do a thinner one on the rest of this. Because I think it kind of looked a little too big around that bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So I mean, yeah, it gets a little thicker around the back. Hang on, let me just do this section here again. Hold shift there. So this side is thicker and then thinner around there. I'm wondering if maybe I should add some other support out here, because that kind of looks like it's way too far out. Like I feel like this side's okay. We got the ladder, which you could imagine is a little bit structural. We got the column and we got the tree. But then out over here, there's like nothing. This whole back half. See, they have 2 trees. That's the trick. Maybe we need another tree. I just don't want it to become annoying, you know? Let me just move objects, put one here. Is that too much? That's actually too bad. What if I scaled this second one down even more? It's a smaller tree. Does that get in the way? Yeah, it gets in the way of the house a little bit. It's a little low. Maybe we can, that actually may work. Let's have a look at gameplay wise though. I'm playing in this. Is this gonna be annoying? You know what? That's actually not bad. The tree gets out of the way pretty good, and we can just also play from this side. That is not bad. You know what? Maybe that's what we go with. It is a little off. Hang on. I want it in the middle of that tile. Yeah. But does it look okay with a roof? Because obviously we got the leaves there. We need to do a roof like this. Which, by the way, I don't think this roof makes any sense. Because if it rained, all the water would come straight onto here where you would be sitting, or like, I don't know. I feel like the roof should be sloping outward to go over the edge, right? I think I'm going to have mine go out. That just makes more sense to me. Okay, obviously lower the pitch a lot. There we go. Now this goes into the tree there. Let's bring in the side eaves. Okay. So obviously the tree does intersect this roof, but is it a problem? Like, do we really care about that, or is that not a problem? I mean, look, it's not that bad. What I don't want is the leaves coming through below the wall height, because you will see that you'll see that inside. So it kind of needs to be that way. Actually, that's not bad. Yeah. Okay, go there, and then that actually looks better. Like, I mean, I guess we have the branch there, but ooh, that's fine. That's better. I like that. So their whole treehouse is actually lighter in color. Can I make this lighter? What options do we have? Like this maybe instead? I guess actually this is probably better because it hides that like freshly cut look. It doesn't look as, like, it doesn't stand out as much. Problem is this column doesn't come in that color, but we do have an outdoor retreat column, which is probably better to match this. Or that's really the only option. That's probably the best because the werewolf one doesn't come in a color light enough. Yeah, that's good. Probably need to change this side trim to that one. Yeah, there you go. That's better. And then the back needs to be this one, the thick boy. I'll actually make that lighter. Yeah, it's lighter, but you know, that's the colors we got to work with. Okay, good. Walls. We can do the growing together one. That looks pretty fancy though, to be honest. We need a little bit more handmade. I guess we might have to do vertical ones rather than horizontal because none of the horizontal ones I don't think work as well. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then the roof, they actually had like what do they have? Like a red, just wooden board, which we don't have that. So we could do, wait, what about this one? Doesn't sort of face the right way, but maybe that's a better look. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. All right, that's probably all the inspiration we need from this thing because we can't see anything else. So let's delete it. Okay, so we've got this tree house. We've got a couple of trees. We've got it looking pretty cool. Okay, we don't need red. So now we're gonna make a functional tiny home in here in this 4x4 space, which is totally possible. We've done it in the past. Now I'm thinking when I'm playing in this little room, I'm gonna be probably having the camera on this side. So anything tall, I wanna put on that back wall, so back here. So the bathroom we could do back here like that. Oh my gosh. Since the last time I built a 4x4 tiny home, we got like new showers and stuff. So we can make a bathroom like this. I think last time I did it, I had to have the bathroom like this just to fit it. But we can actually take a less room now like that, which is pretty epic. Okay, let's maybe get like windows and stuff. Should we've got to do these ones, right? It's a treehouse. It's a treehouse that we're also going to use as a home, so it's kind of, look, it's a bit in between. But you got to have like the open walls like that for sure. Do we have to, oh, this door is so big though. It's like a 2-tile door. I think that's too big. What about like this door? That looks too fancy. What about this? There's nothing in here. Could just do an open thing like this and put a curtain in front of it. Again, this takes up a lot of space though. I think it's too big. Or is it? Doesn't really have the right color though, is kind of the problem. Maybe we could just do like a regular archway. Yeah, I mean, we could just do that. Kind of wish these windows match better, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, before I go over the top decorating and putting curtains over this, let's see if I can even furnish this how I want to. So bathroom, I guess it's gonna have an archway as well, because honestly, if I'm going treehouse, like actually, this is not a house, you know, this is a tree house. Do I have the same color for this? Oh yeah, it is. It's just the lighting is different. So that's our bathroom, which can we get the, I mean, okay, how themed am I going in here? Am I going like handcrafted or am I going, this is furnished nicely? Because we could get out the wooden toilet, which I think is pretty cool. And then I think now with this shower from university, we can put it like right here, which is a little silly because it's like right in the door and it'll just go straight out the door. But if you had like, actually, you know what? Instead of doing this, why don't we actually do just a sliding door? Because I think that it kind of looks cool anyway. Because then it's like still sealed, you know? And I feel like this fits the vibe. Yeah, we could even do that out here maybe. No, let's try this one. Okay, I think that works. We'll have to check. Get some like bronze kind of browny color. And then sink wise, I guess we'd probably do this one or like this one. What do we think fits better? Or this one. No, sorry. This one or this one. I kind of like this. In theory, that should work. I think I need to grab a sim and test all this out, to be honest. But we'll do that later. Actually, no, I should do it now before I get too far. Oh, it's like snowing. All right, got this. It's vampire sim. Don't worry about it. Let's jump up the top. Make sure we can get up the ladder. Good. And we can go inside. We can. Good. And can I use this toilet? I can. Look at this. Door closes and automatically wash hands. And then I assume the shower should work considering you can just walk straight through it. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. And yes. That's good. I like that. I like that. That is great news. So let's go ahead and get some lighting. Oh, if we're going treehouse vibes, we got to do... Well, this treehouse has electricity and plumbing. Okay, obviously we've got a bathroom in here, so we'll still have lighting, but you know, we'll try and fit the aesthetic. The aesthetic. I kind of feel like these growing together lights fit. I like that. Put one there and then, well, I would like probably a mirror in the bathroom. What am I putting here? Is that where I'm going to do like... I guess another question. Am I doing a full kitchen or are we doing like a mini bar? Oh, let me turn off debug. Are we doing like a mini bar setup? You know, we could do like a little mini fridge with a microwave and that would be enough to technically survive. But obviously you couldn't do more advanced cooking, you know? Next question, let me just do that for now. Murphy bed. I feel like that's a good option here. With the fold out couch, or the fold out couch, with the fold out bed. And the question is, where does it go? Because we've got windows there and there. We might need to move them. I think if we were gonna do this, it probably has to go here, right? Problem is, it kind of, if it could fit here, could we move this door like a little bit? Like if I move the, oh, okay, I guess not. Oh, well, I guess the whole thing is move objects. Can I move the door like a little bit that way? It's kind of annoying that the rail goes over though. Let me get rid of those windows for now. Let's ignore the windows. I guess the other problem with this is, I don't know, this is not treehouse vibes, is it? It's very clean. We need a new Murphy bed that's not as clean. I think if we're going treehouse vibes, we gotta go like this. I like this too because it gives us more space above the bed. I mean, above the bed, below the bed. So we can put stuff down here. So we could do a similar thing to a Murphy bed in the sense that it's a bed and a couch because it fits underneath. Wish this came in a 2-seater. This would be perfect. I like this one because it's got like drawers under it, but I mean, it's not as treehouse vibe, you know? Oh, this is treehouse vibe, although I feel like this would be an outdoor thing. Let's put that out there for later. You know what? I'm gonna go with that for now. I haven't chosen any colors or anything. We don't even have lighting in here yet. Where are those windows? I need to get those back because I gotta figure that out. Could also maybe these are a better potential window. Do they come in a better color? Not really. The wood color is kind of off. I kind of want this color, but should we do like a full on like shuttered window like this? Like that's pretty cool. I mean, that creates a pretty nice space in here, to be fair. I don't hate that. And then I guess maybe we do the same here around the back. Can this fit up here? No, it's too big. So if this window was in the middle of the wall, it'd be there. I know it looks like it's not because of that, but I think, well, to be fair, I think it's probably more about there. Maybe we just do one without a shutter and do a curtain instead. Would probably look better. On the inside though, I don't know if that looks a little strange in the position just because it's where it sits. So do we place it by the inside? Maybe that makes more sense, because if we're playing, we're going to see this more than I'm going to see this, you know, because the wall's going to be like that. I like, this space is nice, dude. Okay, so we got the door here, which we can always move. Question is, do I want to do a bigger kitchen setup here? Do we do like, what can we fit? What can we fit? So if we were to do a fully functional kitchen, we need at least one counter and a full stove oven combo. Oh, wait, that's just what this look. Wait, that's not right. Wait, what? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Wait, is this stove just too big? Okay, that's not. Wait, did I just discover something? Oh wait, all stoves just go into the wall. But this one looks silly when it's in a wall because it cuts off half the tiles. Interesting. All right, anyway, whatever. Sorry, I just discovered that. Okay, so there's that, and then then I'd need a full-size fridge, which would probably go over there. Then you ideally want like somewhere to clean up. So you'd probably need another sink, or you just use the bathroom sink. You need a bin, and then we don't have, you know what? No, we're not doing a full-size kitchen. We're doing this kitchen because you can still fully live off this. I'm also going to change to you can still fully live off this. It just takes up a heck of a lot less space, which is nice. And then that leaves room for, oh, you know what? Actually, what if I put a desk underneath? Oh, I was kind of hoping it would line up with the window a bit better. So the weird thing about these loft beds is if you don't specifically snap it to these spots, it just kind of doesn't work. Like even if I place it off like here, it just, they wouldn't be able to get on the bed or use it. So you have to place it exactly in these slots, which is fine. I'm just wondering if maybe a desk and a couch separately would be better, because then what you could do is have a computer space back there / dining area. Like you could sit there and eat, and then have a sitting area here. But it just kind of looks a little messier, so I don't know about that. What I might do is actually have a division here, and maybe have the TV sort of here, and then we could have a dining space here. Just because otherwise it feels like I'm wasting a bunch of space in the middle. Could we have like, ooh, the werewolf bookcase? That's kind of cool. This seems like a good option. If we put that there, it creates like a wall. Is that oh, actually that's kind of annoying, isn't it? With my whole like playability thing where I'm like, I like to not have things in the way. That seems super annoying. Cool idea, but annoying to play with. We need a smaller bookcase than that. What about this? That looks like nice handmade. That's not as in the way, you know? Still kind of is, but it's not as bad. Or we go even smaller, something more like this. Maybe not that one. Or we go smaller yet. Could do this like growing together one. I like it because it's got like those little drawers in it. So what I'm thinking is we just do this, I guess probably in line with the couch maybe, let's say. Then you'd have your TV on it. Obviously we'd get this little TV. Then because you can just place these books down and they count as a bookshelf, you just do that. Maybe do 2 sets either side. Okay, that looks stupid. We'll do books on that side, and then can I just do like a pile of stuff here? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Although is that the only thing for, hang on, because I don't want to just add stuff from random packs. Let's just leave that for now. Okay, so that's there. So it kind of looks a bit weird because it's just in the middle. Can I do, oh no, I'm gonna put like a wall so then it goes down, but I can't put it where I want. Is this functional? Because if I can have 2 seats there, that's actually pretty epic, and I'm down with that. This needs to change colors, sure. I haven't chosen any colors in here yet. It's all just brown, which is probably what it's gonna be, but you know, I want to make sure it actually works. I don't hate this actually. Like I think that kind of works. Assuming this layout all works, I'm pretty happy with that. We do need like a bin though. Let's see if we can get that. You know what? Why don't we just put it outside? There's no point having the bin on the inside because there's not much room. So why don't we just have like this outdoor bin? I'm gonna put it around here, to be honest. Just hide it around the corner. Although, hang on, I can't really. Okay, no, not that one. What about the barrel? Oh, no, I need an outdoor bin. Oh, what about this one from Get Together as well? That's technically green, but it kind of works. I don't mind that. Because that means you could just bring your trash, put it there. You don't have to like climb down the ladder, go outside somewhere. I like this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I feel like the exterior wall should be like the wood paneling, like it's just being put together. But maybe this interior wall could just, I like to do this with a lot of my builds, is have the interior wall be something different. Maybe it could be like the metal sheeting, not necessarily that color, but like just like a lighter color, just to brighten it up a bit, like a cream color. Kind of nice. We're never gonna see it. The wall's gonna be like that. So, all right, then this bed, yeah, I think we just go like a richer sort of wood tone like that. Couch, kind of like the default color couch, or we could do that one. That's a bit of fun. Because we definitely need color in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think if we get a bunch of plants, I think plants are going to make this. And oh, a nice curtain there too. Kind of feel like there should be like some sort of window there. Let's decorate and then play test. Because you can do curtains over doors. That is something you can definitely do. Question is, how much of the door can I cover up? Like, what if we just did a whole sheer curtain like that? I know it will probably, I know it will probably look silly, but if they can, like, because they'll just like phase through it. But that kind of looks like how the default one looks like. I'll put it up higher though. So I'm hoping if it's not snapped to the door, it still works. What if we do it like that? So it's like slightly open. Do we like that? No, we don't like that. I just don't like the gap in here. This one I might actually leave open because it's quite nice just having it open like that. And then the back one I'll put, oh, see that's a problem. It kind of just cuts through everything. What if we do just move it out like a smidge? Just like a smidge. Can I then fit this? If we put it there, it fits. And it's not too far off the wall. Let's try that. Then we go to nighttime. We also need lights in here. So I'm thinking we go probably light by the door area. Maybe like a little night light up by the bed. So like if you're reading or something. That bulb is so big, you just wake up and smash it. Let's make it smaller. I feel like that seems like a recipe for disaster. Let's do more like this, like a flat wall one. Yeah, that's better. I actually need to put a little sign above here, not only because this is like overlapping a little bit, but because the original one had a sign too. No shoes. Is there one that doesn't? Okay, actually these. So this is technically the snowy escape. Initially defaults to remove shoes indoors. So you have to click on this and say they don't have to. So this is technically a functional sign, but I feel like it matches very nicely with the build. Ooh, I like these. Let's put these on the inside. Nice, functional. I feel like this could maybe be on the outside. Little hats and stuff. Probably lower than I would like it to be, but I don't mind it. You know, adds a little bit of lived-in vibes. Could use something like this that has like glasses and plates in it, and it like hinges upward, so that kind of works. Although the colors are interesting. You know, I've never used this item. City Living, Chest of Secrets. I think I could do that. How's that? All right. Oh, dang, this table's got a curtain through it. What if we just do it this way? It's just in the middle of the room. Like, I could give it a little bit of an angle too. Although you probably can't get to that chair now. Because then we could put something in the corner there as well, which probably looks cool. Like that. Although we have the same problem. Maybe this curtain just has to go. Maybe this window has to go from the front. Or we just leave it open. Maybe that's easier. Let's just do that. That kind of solves all the problems. Yeah, that's nice. But then, oh, yeah, no, that's the problem, right? I keep forgetting about that bit. I just don't want my view blocked. It annoys me, and I don't like it. So let's get rid of that. We can still put something there, but something smaller, maybe like a plant or something. Speaking of plants, let's get some of those around the place. Ooh, this is like perfect, the werewolf one. Like, I think this looks great, like out here. Oh, and like let me just get out some stuff that's gonna be useful, like this and like this. I feel like gardening is definitely something you're gonna do up here. Maybe this little plant. Like, how's that? Yeah, that's all right. That's not in the way. You can still sort of see everything. I guess I could probably put that curtain back then. That didn't need to go. We can leave that there. I'm gonna change that plant to a base game one so we don't have to use that kit. As much as I like that little plant, I think sometimes less is more. Look at this little salt and pepper shaker. That's kind of cute. You know, we got the stuff you need up here. Okay, all right, so mirror, I guess would be best behind the sink, but anywhere else that you could go, not really. I like the werewolf one, but probably not that one. So I'm already using growing together with these lights. I'm going to use this. I do like this little mirror. I'll just do that one there. And that doesn't get in the way. That's fine. Get a nice little poster there. We don't have a lot of space to hang stuff up, but there's a few spots. I like these little travel posters. This adds a bit of color. Yeah, there's not much like space we can actually see. Like there's a little bit of space here on the wall. Let me scale this one down a bit. Because if we're playing with the cutaway walls, it pretty much looks like that. Which I'm pretty happy with. Cool. I think the inside I'm happy with. I think that's it. So you can go to the toilet, shower, sleep, eat, have fun. No computer, but I mean, that's all right. You can get a laptop and put it on the table if you want. Then outside we got the bin, which is good. We've got some stuff. All right, so let's get the bench. I like this. We'll just put that back over there a little bit. And then, I mean, you could do other stuff. Get your little telescope out here. Probably makes sense. What's placeable on treehouse? So I want to do the stuff that like the treehouse can have. We can have it too. Guitars. They'll just move the guitar though. So do activity tables. I actually don't really want any of this. Oh, science table. I don't really want any of this. I think what I would like to do up here, probably actual garden beds. Like, not garden beds, but like the little pots. That makes sense. Oh, I never removed the floor around that section, which I need to do. Hang on. Just here. Yeah. And I need to add that trim as well on it. There we go. I know it means they're technically not touching this thing at all, but that's just how it is. Also, I really wish the underneath wasn't drywall, but whatever. Anyway, that means I know where that's not, so that's good. So yeah, I just wanted to get some actual like pots so you could come here, whoops, and plant some stuff. I went that way. Obviously, you got to go to the wooden ones. I only do 3, and then you can just add more. Makes sense. That's from Snowy Escape. Did I use any other Snowy Escape stuff? Because I feel like I'm just wanting to limit this. I mean, may as well, right? Because it's not that big of a build. I might remove that because I don't think we need that. That's from Laundry Day. Okay, these are all different packs. Well, we are using werewolves, right? And a few things. Actually, we're not. I think it's only that now. Oh, no, with the dining chairs. Okay. Well, I'm going to get rid of these 2. Try to keep it a little bit more base game. So we could use this guy, for example. This planter. I know it looks a little bit fancier than the other ones, but keeps it more limited. I like this. I think this turned out great. That's pretty much all I want to do because I want to add this into my my Let's Play. That was the real point of doing all this. I thought it'd be fun to do as a separate video. This is cool. Wait, how much does this cost? The question. 10,000? Actually, pretty good. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move this whole thing just so it's not right at the back of the lot. Because if you download this and want to use it as its own house, it'd be a bit weird. So, okay, here's the thing. If I share this as a house, obviously you can't add this to another house. I will share it as a house, but I'm not gonna decorate the rest of the lot. So I'm gonna share this. That's actually probably the best lighting to see it in. Oh, you know what? We gotta play test this. Make sure this actually works before I share it. So can I go sit on that chair? First of all, what does it look like when we go through the door? I actually really like those curtains at the front. I think that totally works. Oh, and I gotta click on this and say, allow shoes indoors. Just because that's the default Sims 4 thing. So we walk through the door, sitting on that chair. Can I sit on this one? I can. Let's go. I'm going to assume this works. Let's go have microwave meal, oatmeal. Sims will get annoyed of eating microwaved and quick meals, but you know, this is a treehouse. What do you expect? So that totally works, which is good. And I'm going to sit down and eat that. Apparently I am late for my tough guy job, which, whatever. All right, now if I say, oops, clean up. I guess we'll go to the sink or do we go to the bin? Go to the sink and wash up. That's working. Can I sit here and watch TV? I can. Yeah. Can I read a book? I only have the vampiric and volume cycle. Wait, no, I don't want to purchase. What am I doing? Just read something. I clicked the one option that was wrong. There you go. Reading totally works. And sleep. Yeah. All right. So everything works. Or at least on the inside. I don't think there'll be any problems outside. Let's just check. That works. And I'll just sit here. And I think these pots will be fine too. Cool. All right, that's great. So yeah, I'll show this as a house. The mailbox is a little weird, but whatever. This is not, obviously I didn't design this as a single house lot. I want to add this to my house. But what I'll do now is I'm going to share this as a room. So to do that, I'm going to actually remove the wall where the door is. So oh wait, the door is in the middle. Okay, no, I'm not gonna remove that wall. I'm gonna remove this wall here because there's nothing on it. So you have to put that wall back. And then we also need to remove one more wall. You're gonna have to use move objects. Oh gosh, okay. You know what, let me remove this door. You have to put the door back. So not ideal, but to use this as a room, you'll have to use move objects on cheat, put this wall back, and then it will just be fine. All right. And of course, saving this as one room, which, oh, it's not at the moment. Hang on. I need to remove the ceiling, I think. There you go. Now it's one room. Don't worry about the ceiling. That doesn't matter. Okay. So this saves as a room. So you get the whole sort of deck area. So I'm going to save that onto the gallery. There you go. Both of these will be linked in the description down below. And now I'll show you how you can use it. So I'm here in the Michelson's house in San Sequoia. First thing we're going to want to do before we download the lot is just build a section to place it. So I'm going to build a floor in here. I'm going to place it on the second level. So we're going to grab the room. We go place. So I guess, yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, just place it there. Easy. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, make sure you have bb.moveObjects. Move objects cheat is on, just so you don't lose anything as you do this. Go wall here, and then just clone the wallpaper in both places. And then this inner section, we'll have to get whatever door you want. Obviously, you don't have to do the same one. So put the door back so that's accessible. And then if you wanted the ceiling back on this, you just have to go, so select the room, go upper level, and then go build ceiling, click on the yellow, same with the bathroom, build ceiling. And then we need to add the roof back because that doesn't save with the room. And just, you know, copy the walls, all that kind of stuff. There you go. Anyway, delete the room below. Thankfully, it comes with a column. That's handy. And you'll have to do the same trim around the bottom as well. So just do that. I'm just going to use the bigger trim around the whole thing just to simplify it. And then trees, of course, you can use whatever tree you want. The one I used is in the debug menu. So you would have to go bb.show hidden objects and then bb.show live edit objects. Actually, don't think you need both of those, but you can do both of those. And then the tree I specifically use is one from Growing Together. So we go debug, and then it's in here. This is like how the game just presents you with debug stuff if you don't have any mods. So you'll just kind of have to scroll through till you find, oh, I just think I went past it because it's get together. So it'll be in this section somewhere. Here it is. This tree here. And then the first one I scaled down once using the square bracket key. And the second one I scaled down twice and just sort of place it where it looks the best. And there you go. That's how you can add, oh, and of course we need the ladder. There you go. So then we have our treehouse on an existing lot, which is pretty cool. And we can use that and play in here, and it's all here, all functional, pretty exciting. Alrighty, thank you so much to my top level members, and don't forget tomorrow I'm reacting to the first ever Rags to Riches for members only. That's going to be really exciting. But I'm super stoked with how this turned out. I'm actually really excited to add this into my Let's Play gameplay. Also, I just realized that fence over there is a darker color. Dang it. Anyway, I'm really excited to add this into the Let's Play and have a functional treehouse and, you know, this whole flooring balcony area. We can add whatever item we want to, not just placeable on treehouse. So I think that's going to be really useful. And it was fun to do another tiny home and another treehouse build. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want to download either the complete thing or just the room version, I will link those in the description. Or you can find them on my gallery, James Turner YT, same as my YouTube handle on the gallery. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.